Things need to change. Something's gotta give. It's now been 4 months since I moved out of my home and living in a 1-bedroom flat, but I still feel drained and exhausted all the time. Studies show that for children, divorce and separation of their parents is bad, but them living in a war zone is worse. So I know that I've made the right decision for them, their mother and myself. Equally, I am thankful that I'm able to see them twice a week and over the weekends, as there are so many fathers out there who are not that fortunate and are reduced to serve only as a paycheck, wrongfully unable to see their children. In all of this, I have to recognize that I need to heal and deal with the consequences of my decision to file for the divorce, which is probably one of the most difficult decisions I've had to make. It was a conclusion that I had to come to without having a safety net or plan B. Other than a full-time job that provides a sense of income security so that I can afford my rent, I have nothing to fall back on. Thinking about this makes me realize that I do not give myself much credit for the risk involved making this decision and following through, leaving everything that was familiar to me behind. When life was still seemingly perfect, I questioned and judged behavior like this in my own ignorance. But some things you have to live through to be able to comprehend the emotional turmoil that is involved. Everyone gets hurt through this, and there should be empathy for all parties and no finger pointing should be going on. And for having done this myself in the past, I am sorry. But to get to the point, I found myself in this repeating cycle with my newfound routine that is preventing me to process and heal by binge-watching and doom-scrolling on social media. Moving out was a really difficult step to take, and not being able to hear and see my children, who I love more than anything, is something very difficult to get used to, especially because it goes against everything that I've ever believed in. I lack the ability to see the purpose in being away from my children, but this is where the self-reflective healing process is so vital. My ADHD brain is constantly looking for its next dopamine hit. Doom scrolling on social media, especially in the morning, sets me up for failure though, raising my dopamine baseline through the roof. Knowing this is the reason why I don't sleep with my phone next to me, but sometimes I fail with that as well. I've come to the conclusion that I need to do a hard reset. This is in order for me to heal and reflect. I replaced one codependency with another, and quite frankly, I'm tired of feeling like a victim. I'm tired of feeling guilt and shame. I'm tired of having to be strong. I'm tired of expecting the worst to happen next. But most of all, I'm tired of continuing in this manipulative cycle where I just exist and I'm doing what is expected of me instead of allowing myself to live and follow my desires. But here also lies the problem. I feel lost and don't actually know what I want going forward. The goals and dreams that I once had always included my family, and this is no longer achievable in its original form. I don't think that my brain has computed this fatal error yet. I need purpose to feel fulfilled, and I feel that everything is easier when done with purpose. At the moment though, I don't really know what my purpose is beyond being a good father to my children, a good worker at my day job, and providing a good service to my video clients. Surely there must be more to me than just that. I need this reset to take time to find my why, instead of continuously asking how. I started my YouTube journey for all the wrong reasons, and somewhere on the way found that I wanted to deliver content to my audience to encourage, inspire and entertain them, as I was on my own journey discovering life after failure. The question of why I want to create video content for you is paramount over how. This is because, in my opinion, the how is irrelevant as long as the why is not clear. My why has been to leave my audience encouraged and inspired through the content I share, and this has to be its primary purpose over any amount of external validation I could get from the content, which is where I think the paradox with social media lies. What I know at this point is that I cannot continue with chasing dopamine through doom scrolling and short form consumption. But instead, I want the source of my dopamine to come back from creating content, consequently bringing value to you through the perspective I share. Something that I've also found as a result of my doom scrolling habit is that it has majorly affected my attention span and my ability to writing anything longer than a page. This is problematic for me because it only allows me to scratch on the surface, preventing me from digging deep, processing the pain I'm going through. Writing and editing my own videos has always been like therapy for me, but it does require more than just 300 words to get to the bottom of things. During my break, other than what I've already mentioned, there are also several books that I want to reread that will hopefully help me with finding a new perspective and inspiration going forward, to rekindle my passion, rediscover my purpose in life, and make peace with the past all over again. So here we are. I have a lot of hard work to do over the next month, a lot of questions to answer, and despite it going to be tough, I look forward to it. I have to accept that things will never be able to be the same again. Along your journey, I want to wish you peace, love, and joy. I am Tor, and I shall see you in the next one.